In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 tips to help you set up your YouTube channel so you can get more views and more subscribers. And if you're just starting a YouTube channel or you're new to YouTube, then I want to help you get started the right way because I definitely did not. But implementing these tips has really helped my channel grow. One of the best analogies I've heard was from Sean Cannell of Think Media, where he talks about your YouTube channel is like a branded network. So think CBS, HBO, ESPN, and your videos are like the shows airing on those networks. And one of the things you want to optimize is your channel and specifically your homepage, because as you see, let me go to my video analytics, YouTube tracks how much traffic you're getting from your homepage. So if I go to my analytics and I go to my reach, traffic source, right here, channel pages, this is coming from my homepage. This is traffic coming from my homepage. So you want to make sure that you set up your channel correctly, and we're going to go through these 7 tips right now. All right, tip number 1 is your channel title. Now, you might think this is silly to talk about, but think of it this way. Your channel title is what people are going to get to know you by. And this is a title that is seen everywhere. It's seen in your videos, it's seen in your comments, it's seen in search. So you want to make sure you pay attention to your channel title. Now, you can use your name, you can use a brand, or you can use both. Now, my channel was named after my blog because I started my blog first, so let me show you. And it's Steve, It Makes Sense. Now, it's really about my tagline, it makes sense to be free. However, if I were to start over, I probably wouldn't make it It Makes Sense, Steve, It Makes Sense, only because it really doesn't tell anyone what my channel is about. So let me give you examples of people who use their channel title, either their name, their branding, or both. So the first one is Daryl Eves. You probably have heard of him if you're into YouTube. If you haven't, he helps people start and grow YouTube channels. So Daryl Eves, when you hear that name, especially if you're in the YouTube community, you think of YouTube. Same thing with video creators. Video creators is Tim Schmoyer's channel, and he doesn't use his name, he uses his own brand, which is Video Creators. Now, Justin Brown, he uses a combination of both. He uses Justin Brown Primal Video, and he also talks about amplifying your brand and video with video. Now, you can do both, and you can also change your name in the middle. So for instance, Catherine Manning was a YouTube channel, but she started out as the Content Bug. However, she didn't change her name just on one day. What she actually did was she took months before she changed her name. So within her content leading up to when she changed it from the Content Bug to Catherine Manning, she put Catherine Manning in her tags, she said it in her videos. So she took time to change her name because the YouTube algorithm got to know her channel as the Content Bug. So that's why she did it that way. So let me show you how you can change your title. So if I go back to my channel and I click on my channel icon here and I go to settings, then I would have to go to edit on Google. And right here, we'll have to first type in my password. And right here is where I can change my name. Now, I'm not going to do that now, but if you wanted to, that's where you would do it. Now, even though you can change your name, you might not want to, or you might want to put more thought into your name, and let me show you why that is. So the other thing that you want to consider with your channel name is also a custom URL. So for instance, if I go to Daryl Eves, you can see he is youtube.com user Daryl Eves. If I go to Video Creators, same thing, he is Video Creators. If I go to Justin Brown, he has Edit My Clip 0, which might have been an old name, or I'm not sure what it is, but if you go to Catherine Manning, you can see that she has this, I guess, gibberish, if you will. Now, she might have had channel./content bug, but she since changed to Catherine Manning, but unfortunately, Once you set your custom URL, you can't change it anymore. And this is a new feature with YouTube. Now, the way that you can have a custom URL is you have to have at least 100 subscribers. You have to have your own custom channel art, which we'll go through in a second. You have to have the icon, so you have to have a picture, not just the standard. And then you have to apply to have a custom URL. So if I go back to my YouTube account, let me show you how you would do that. So let's go here. Let's go back. Go back. Sorry, I'm on my channel. I would click on this. I would go back to settings. And then here you go to channel status and features. So click on that. And then right here, this is where you would apply for your custom URL. Now, I can't go and change it because I've already set it. And once you set it, you can't change it. So that's why you need to put a lot of thought into your channel name. Now, in summary, you want to have a good channel name that people are going to start to recognize and know what your channel is all about. All right, tip number 2 is your channel art. Now, your channel art is this big banner across the top of your page, and it tells what your channel is all about. So hopefully someone goes and watches one of your videos, and if they're watching one of your videos for the first time and they connect with it, one of the first things they typically do is go to your channel to find out what you are all about. So you want your channel art to convey what's in it for them and why should they care to subscribe to you. So let me show you some good examples of some really good channel art. So if I go to Nick Nimmin's channel, you'll know exactly what he's all about by his banner here. You're going to get YouTube videos, tips and tricks, and that's what his channel is about, and it's clearly described within this banner here. One of my favorites channels to watch in my spare time is this Hot Ones First We Feast, and if you go here, you'll know that it's entertainment, and they have hot wings and sauces, and they have videos with different stars. So this is one of my favorite channels. And then if I go to this channel, which is something I just randomly looked for in terms of healthcare, you'll know that he's all about nutrition, exercise, and supplements. So it's very clear when you go to this channel what he's about based on his channel art. So some things that you might want to consider when you are putting together your channel art is taglines or images that really give a good story about what your channel is about. Any posting schedules, so if you post on certain days, for instance, if you post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you might want to put that in there, or you might want to put some authority type evidence. Let me show you what I mean by that. So if I go to Sunny Lenarduzzi's channel, she has down here, you know, as seen on Entrepreneur, as seen on Forbes, and Fast Company Inc. So that's another way that she builds authority by putting in that credibility in her channel art. So those are some of the things that you might want to consider when putting together your channel art. It is an important part of your homepage. Now let me just show you this. Let me bring this over. When you're putting together your channel art, you have to be cognizant of the way that it looks depending on the device. So this is a template that I put together, and if you want this template, I'll leave it a link down below. It works on Canva, it works on all the other free softwares as well as like Photoshop. But right here in this big white area, this is what's going to be seen on a TV. So if someone were to pull up your YouTube channel on TV, everything within this white area will be seen. So if someone were to pull your YouTube channel on desktop, everything within this orange area will be seen. Same thing with tablet within these lines here. And then within mobile, everything within here. And that's why I say it's the text and logo safe area, because people view a lot of their YouTube content on mobile devices. So you want to make sure that whatever you have that's important, like your picture, your headlines, your tags, you want them all to be within this area here. And then I also have a little space down here, which I'll show you in a second. This is where your links will go. So if you have any arrows pointing down to these links, you want to make sure that it's not covered by this box here. Like I said, if you want to download this, I'll leave a link down below where you can go and get this. So just make sure that when you're creating your channel art, you know that it's visible based on whatever device they're viewing your channel. All right, tip number 3 is to add relevant links to your channel art. And I'll show you how to do this in a second, but let's just go through what links you want to include and what links you probably don't want to include. So if I stay on Sunny's page here, right here you can see that she has different links, and if I click on these, one, I'll be taken to her Snapchat or her Twitter or her Instagram or her Facebook, or she also has this Boss YouTube channel checklist, and this is probably her giveaway, so you can go and get onto her email list. The things you probably don't want to include in your links, let's say you have a YouTube channel about gardening and you also have an Instagram account about gaming, you probably don't want to include that link here because the two aren't really relevant to one another. So if I go back to my channel, here I have free training and I also have my blog. So if you click on this, it'll take you to my website, and if you click on this, I have a free webinar where you can go and learn more about affiliate marketing. So those are things that you want to include within your channel art, are these relevant clickable links. All right, tip number 4 is to optimize your about section. And this is a very important element of your YouTube channel. So if someone were to come to my YouTube channel and see, Steve, it makes sense, thankfully YouTube has an about page. So if I go to my about page, they can learn more about my page and what benefit they are going to have from subscribing to my channel. So I write, hey there, my name is Steve and thank you for visiting my channel. On this channel, you will learn how to create an affiliate marketing business using YouTube so you can create a side income, quit your 9-to-5, change careers, create financial freedom for you and your family. Now, when I first wrote this, the mistake I made was making this more I statements, like I will teach you this, I will teach you this, so you can do this. It's got to be more outward facing. What benefit does my audience have for subscribing to my channel? So it has to be about them and not about me. So that was the first mistake. So I've changed that since I've learned that tip. So within this description, you don't want to add any links here because you can't click on this. So this is wasted space. Where you add that is right here in links. And these are those clickable links that show up right here. Oh, and what I forgot to mention earlier is these links don't show up on mobile devices, only on desktops. So keep that in mind as well. So the way that you would change this section is you would go to Customize Channel. And then in the About, this is where you can change it. So I'm going to take out this here since it's not clickable. And most people aren't going to copy and paste into a URL, so it makes sense to take this out. And then right here is where you can add your different links. So if I wanted to add one here, I could add, let's say if I had an Instagram, I could add it right here. So that's where you add these links. Now, it's also important to have a good about page because your channel is also searchable in YouTube. So if I come over here and I search on Steve, it makes sense. Right here is the first sentence in my about page. So that's another reason why you want to have your about page optimized, because you can also show up in YouTube search. Tip number 5 is to have a good channel icon. Now let's go take a look at another channel. So right here, this is the channel icon, and this is one of the most important branding elements of your YouTube assets because it shows up on more places than any other element that you have. So let me show you this chart I put together. Let's bring that over here. So you can see that your channel icon shows up in more places than your thumbnails, your channel description, your channel art, or your featured video. And that's why it's really important that you have a really good channel icon. So let's just go back to this right here. So right here, you can see that First We Feast, they use a channel branding element. And let's go back to Sunny, she uses a picture. Now, really, people are drawn towards pictures. So if you show up in most of your videos, if you are seen in most of your videos, you might want to consider having your face here. If not, it's okay if you have a branding icon, as long as it's a really good looking icon. And the other thing to keep in mind is, right here you can see on recommended channels, these are smaller than this is, obviously, so you want to make sure that it's clearly visible even when it's this small. So that's why you want to have a really good photo or a really good GIF. If you're going to do a branding element, you really want to have a good graphic there. So a really important element, which is your channel icon. Tip number 6 is to organize your videos in playlists. Now, playlists are probably one of the most underrated, but probably the most important tools that YouTube gives us to grow our channels. And I'll probably do a future video on playlists because they're that important, but let's just go through the highlights of what a playlist is. So a playlist is a way to group your videos in a way that someone watches one video, then they want to watch the next, then the next, then the next, then the next. So when you're planning your content, you should be thinking in terms of playlists versus solo videos. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So right now, this video that I'm shooting right now is part of a playlist that I put together before I started shooting any videos. And it's this one right here, Learn How to Start a YouTube Business in 2020. So if I click on this, this is the first video in the playlist. And if I were to let this play, then it would automatically play the second video in my playlist, which is how to choose a niche for your YouTube 6 steps. Then the next one, then the next one. And the video we're shooting right now is this video here, video number 5. Now, the reason this is so important is because you want to keep people on YouTube for as long as you can. And if you can keep people on your channel, that will only help your channel's authority grow in YouTube's mind, and they'll do whatever they can to push your videos higher and higher in the search results, because your channel will start to grow authority as your watch time starts to grow. So some common mistakes that people make with playlists are they treat playlists like categories. So for instance, let me go back to my channel and show you. So go back to my channel. When I first started putting together videos, I created playlists like blogging, YouTube, I think I put in tools of the trade or something like that, and none of the videos had anything really to do with each other. So one wouldn't lead to the next, one wouldn't lead to the next. They were just a bunch of random videos, and that's not what playlists are designed to do. They're supposed to lead people to want to binge watch your content, not just be a collection of like videos. Now, that's not to say that you can't have a video be in different playlists. It can be in more than one playlist, especially if it's a really good video that's popular on your channel. The other common mistake is that people put too many videos in their playlist. So think of it this way. If you were to come across someone's channel and you saw that they had a playlist of, let's say, 5 videos, you might think to yourself, you know what, I have time for 5 videos. Why don't I watch to see if I can learn something? But if you saw a playlist with, let's say, 100 videos, you might think, you know, I don't have time for this. I don't want to jump in one and then have to wait to do the others. It just becomes too much. So you want to try to keep your playlists relatively small just for that reason. The other mistake is not properly titling your playlists. Now, like I said, when I first got started, I would create a playlist called blogging or tools. Now I title them like Learn How to Edit Your Videos with Camtasia, Work from Home Ideas While Quarantine. The reason I do this is because I want to have more description, but also playlists can be searchable. So if someone were to search, your playlist could show up in the search results. So you want to have as descriptive of a title as you can for your playlist and not just some generic title, because chances are it probably will not show up in search. Tip number 7 is to have a good trailer video. Now, your trailer video is different than your feature video, and let me show you the differences. So if I'm on my channel now, right now this is my feature video because I'm already subscribed to my own channel. But if I go to customize channel, let me show you the difference. Now, your trailer video is for new visitors, and it should be a video that's less than a minute long. You don't really want it any longer, and it should be an introduction to you, a little bit about your backstory, and what people can expect to get, what people are going to get from subscribing to your channel. Now your feature video is for your returning subscribers, and you can put whatever video you want on there. So let me show you two examples of what I think are really good trailer videos. And the first one is Deadbeat Super Affiliate, and his is a minute long, and it is really a really good, funny trailer video where he, I'll turn up the volume here.
The nappers.
And it just is a really cool introduction to his channel. Now the other trailer video that I love, and he breaks all the rules I just told you, but he can because he's got 12 million subscribers, is Casey Neistat's Do What You Can. Now I think this is an excellent produced trailer video, and it really gets you interested in him and what his channel is all about. So that is what you want to do, is you want people to watch your trailer video, be interested, and want to learn more about you, and then hopefully subscribe to your channel. So your trailer video is something you should probably spend more time on than you think for a minute video, but it really is that important. Optimizing your channel will help you get more views and more subscribers. But another way that you can get more views and more subscribers is to do good keyword research and optimizing your videos. And go watch this video up here where I will teach you how to do that. But if you don't want to watch that video, then go watch this video down here, which is a video that YouTube recommends. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.